For you people that are so wrapped up in the green energy and green environmental stuff, well, I'm all for environmental stuff. I am, and that's not just lip service. I really care about the planet, the environment. The problem is that they sold you a bunch of lies and a bunch of half truths and half-hearted PR moves, half-hearted uh, green and environmental ideas. All it is it's all a facade. It's all fake. All it is a bunch of people at the top that have a lot of power and control and a lot of money, and they're using that as a tactic to tug at your heart and to tug at your billfold and purse and get money, and which is money's all about control anyway. So all this is a way for them to get more control through more restrictions, more laws, more ways of keeping you in a box. Yeah, I suspect some people might deep down subconsciously know this, but they're not wanting to believe it, or they're not wanting to speak up and say anything. Well, I don't give a fuck about what anybody says or what anybody thinks about what, and I'm going to say it. You don't like it, the lead up there at the top, they don't like this, then they can fuck off. They are lying to you about what they want to do with the green and the environmental stuff. Like I said, it's all about power and control. It's all about a money grab, and a money grab brings them more power and control over your life. 15-minute cities, prime example. Your inability to buy the kind of vehicle you want, go where you want, travel where you want. How many times have you heard people say, oh, they can fly and they've got their jets that push out all this carbon, but they want you to pay a carbon tax on your small little car or on your home and restrict you with carbon, yet they fly around wherever they fucking want to. Now, they may pay it just to shut everybody up, but their size chunk that they're paying out of, their resources that they're paying out of, is a spit in a bucket compared to what you have to pay in carbon and how much of a percentage it takes out of your pocket. If you're paying, say, 20% of your money for so much carbon, and they're paying 2% out of their money for carbon, you think they miss it? How much do you miss out of 20%? 20% might pay your rent every month. 20% might pay your transportation costs for an entire month, with money left over to pay for your kids to to have entertainment or or get some extra groceries. Now, you only got a limited amount of resources to work with. They've got a big, expansive amount of resources. Now, I'm not faulting anybody for having money. I'm not faulting anybody for having wealth. But when you're doing it for the wrong reasons, and you're using the environment as a punchline, as a way to get people to just give up their freedom, using the environment as a way to give up their autonomy and their sovereignty, and give up their freedom of movement, freedom of to go where they want to. That's totally wrong. And like I said, they want to move everybody into smaller and smaller spaces, so they have more and more space to do what they want to, and so that they can control the population easier. They get everybody crammed into a smaller, tighter area, and guess what? You have more disease. You have more stress. You have more problems with people's health, because you have less places to go. You have less places to exercise. You have less places to free up your mind. Like, you can't go to the beach anymore. You can't go to the mountains anymore. And so, but living around people in tight quarters, in a big city is stressful compared to living out in the suburbs or living out in the country. It is. It just is. And anybody that has lived in both knows what I'm talking about. And you put people in a small space, they also tend to be more violence, because people get on top of each other, and that stress causes people to act out, and they commit violence on each other. It also causes people to be more susceptible to fraud, theft, and crime. You see crime out in the middle of Kansas, or do you see crime in the middle of New York City? I'm just asking. You compact more people in a smaller area, you're going to get more crime. Well, these elites probably know that, and they don't give a fuck. Meanwhile, they're going to live where they want to live, while you have to suffer, all in the name of trying to save the environment. It's all bullshit. They do just enough to make it look good. Just enough with the environment, with the green stuff. But behind the scenes, it's all corruption and a money grab and a power grab. Control.